So we're going to talk a little bit about the journey. We all know that sustainability, whenever we talk about sustainability, deforestation, whatever that is, it is a journey. We know that there's no end. Every year we learn something different. Every year we need to change our commitments or to increase them or improvement. And again, it's a journey. So maybe not everybody knows that, talking about deforestation, we have a policy since 1989 that we will not source beef from the Amazon. So we'll probably are pioneering on the deforestation side. And we had good reasons for that, by the way. And we will talk a little bit more about that later. In 2007, we were part of the retailer group that formed the soy moratorium. In 2011, we became members of the RSPO. In 2014, we were signatories of the New York Declaration on Forest. And in 2015, last year, we published our McDonald's Global Zero Deforestation Commitment. Okay, so that's a little bit the journey so far. So this is our global commitment on deforestation. And we need to change the title because commitment on deforestation looks like we are committed to deforest. Okay, so this is not the case. So, but we will change that soon. This is all public on the McDonald's website, by the way. So any information that I'm going to share with you today, you can find on the McDonald's website. Here we say that McDonald's is committed to eliminating deforestation from our global supply chains. We expect our suppliers to operate their business ethically and abide by all applicable laws and regulations. Additionally, we will work throughout our supply chains to achieve the following. I might not read it all, but so no deforestation of primary forest, high carbon stock forest areas, no development on peatlands, respect human rights, respect the right of affected communities, resolve land rights disputes through a balanced and transparent dispute resolution process, verify origin of raw material production, and support smallholders, farmers, plantation owners, and suppliers to comply with this commitment. One of the things that and again, I'm relatively new here because I've been working for McDonald's 15 years. I started working in the QA side. I was the QA lead for beef and pork. I then moved to being the commercial lead for beef for Europe, and I'm in this new position since 1 year. But one of the things that I realized is that when I talk to people, people think that we have people normally know that we have a commitment on deforestation, but they think it's for the Amazon. It's not for the Amazon. It's a commitment on deforestation, period. Okay? So continuing on the journey, in 2010, together with WWF, we knew that we cannot tackle everything at the same time. We sourced a lot of different products. So with WWF, we conducted a risk analysis of our supply chain to try to understand what are the critical products that we should have to focus on. And after that sort of lengthy process, we ended up with 6 priority products. That's how we call them, priority products. And that's beef, chicken, fish, coffee, fiber, and palm oil. And here we're talking about sustainability in general. In 2014, after a few years of hard work, I heard, finally we put all the sustainability things that we were doing together on what we call the sustainability framework. And there we divided the things that we were doing on 5 different pillars. So we have a pillar on food, we have a pillar on sourcing, a pillar on planet, another on community, and another on people. And all our sustainability strategies fall under those 5 pillars. The pillar that's interesting for us, of course, for me, it's sourcing. That's what I'm responsible for. But we also said, and part of this sustainability framework was to set goals on sustainability measures. So we did that for food, sourcing, and planet. But focusing on sourcing, we have a vision to source all of our food and packaging sustainably. And then we set our 2020 aspirational goals. And we did it on 5 of our 6 priority products. On beef, to support sustainable production, lead development on global principles and criteria in 2014, and then this year to develop targets and begin purchase of verified sustainable beef by 2016. When we issued this commitment and these goals, I was working as a commercial lead for beef in Europe, and I was a bit shocked when I saw it. Because in 2014, when we said we will start buying in 2016 verified sustainable beef, we don't even know at that time what was sustainable beef. There was no definition. And thanks to the Global Roundtable for Sustainable Beef, we have now a definition, and we were able to achieve our goal. 100% of our coffee, palm oil, and fish verified as supporting sustainable production, and 100% fiber-based packaging from certified or recycled resources. So those are our goals. And it's not only about setting goals, but you have to be transparent and you have to show progress and communicate on that progress. So we've been doing that since then. Normally we did I think it was once a year on our CSR report, we were publishing our progress. But we thought that we could do that in a different way. So now we still report our progress on our website, but we're in a strategy of having what we call sustainable reports. So in May 2016, we issued a sustainable report on fiber-based packaging, where we specifically talk about what we do in fiber. So this is, you have the report on the web. This is just a little abstract of the report that shows that in 2015, and of course we have to report the figures from last year, we are 53% there. Okay, and I think that's a great achievement. But specifically on fiber, we have another sub-target on deforestation-free, that is by 2020 we'll have FSC certification in all high-risk countries protecting our fiber-based consumer packaging supply chain from deforestation. So that's a specific way of addressing a specific risk in the supply chain of fiber. And this is just recently brewed. This was brewed this week. We issued the Sourcing Sustainable report on coffee. I think it was launched yesterday or the day before, where again, among other different things, and we talk about our sustainability programs, but again, we take the opportunity to show the progress that we're doing. And in 2015, 37% of our coffee was from certified sustainable sources, which it's a good achievement. It's a 63% increase in 4 years so far. So these are the areas where, and the different programs that you use for the certification of coffee. On palm oil, in 2015, we were 99.7% of our palm oil was RSPO certified sustainable or covered by Green Palm Book and Claim certificates. And we have a vision for 2020 to continue to encourage suppliers to move forward to full traceability to the plantations and mills. So basically, to go for a segregated supply chain for palm oil. On fish, that's one of the products that we've been working on sustainability for many, many years. We are, since 2 or 3 years now, 100% of our white fish comes from basically MSC certified fisheries, but on top of that we have our sustainability program managed on fisheries. And we have the MSC logo in those countries, North America, Europe, and Brazil. So beef. As you heard, we said that in 2016 we will start purchasing verified sustainable beef. And thanks to Jeff, that it's sitting there behind, and I hope you were yesterday, today in his presentation on the panel, we were able to get that target. So it was the 1st of June, I guess, Jeff, when we had this big meeting, and it was a wrap-up meeting of the McDonald's beef pilot, passing the information to the GRSB, when we were able to say that we met our goal and we started to purchase verified beef in Canada in this case. So this is all the news that that event generated. But what next? In Europe, and you heard the presentation from Jim O'Toole as well yesterday, we are working through the SAI platform and the Farm Sustainability Assessment for beef as our next project on beef sustainability. We think that the FSA is going to be ready by the end of the year, benchmarks done with different quality assurance programs in Europe, and hopefully we'll be able to communicate that we'll start our first purchases of verified sustainable beef in Europe either towards the end of the year or beginning of next year. Same for the U.S. The U.S. is really getting traction with the Roundtable. they have in mind to start using, putting in place some projects on beef. So again, hopefully, I guess this will take us to 2017. We'll start as well buying verified sustainable beef in the U.S. But going back to Brazil, because actually Brazil was our second market where we were started purchasing verified sustainable beef. And I'm not going to repeat what Chisco said. You heard about the Novo Campo project. I'm not going to say anything more, but I was there at the beginning of the year when I first heard that we were planning to buy beef from the Amazon. I was in shock because we were basically not breaking, but we were breaking a policy that we've had since 1989. So I went there to Brazil, and I was absolutely impressed. They're so passionate with the farmers there. And, this is what I saw in this project. A lot of passion, farmers and ranchers that want to do the right thing, that they're so happy that a company like McDonald's is there to buy their beef and to give them the opportunity to show the world that they're doing the right thing, and they're doing the right thing. It was said before, but they're restoring riparian areas, degraded pastures, that, by the way, is a potential carbon sink. And again, it's just fantastic. So the only thing we had to do is to implement, put in place the verification piece, and we did it. So this was communicated during the Olympics in Rio, in the middle of August, and again, it took a lot of traction, I think. So I just want to, this is my last slide. I want to leave you with some thoughts. Some of them were said already before. And again, me maybe because I come from the outside, I struggle to understand why there's so many companies like McDonald's that have our targets on deforestation 2020. We know that we face some issues, especially when we talk about Latin America and the biomes here, and we try to work in silos. I think there's a huge need of collaboration. We need to get together, not only the industry, the NGOs, because again, we all share the same goals, and we want all to do the right thing. And we need to be clear on biomes. Again, we are not, our deforestation commitment includes other biomes. So what are we going to do in the Cerrado? What are we going to do in the Chaco? Who is defining, what are the boundaries? What are the areas? What are the cutoff dates? How do we address the issue of indirect suppliers? So again, I think this is a great forum to discuss these things and really have action, because we don't have a lot of time. It's already the end of 2016. 2020 is around the corner. And again, we need to move. Last thing, I had a meeting this morning with WWF and CFA, and I think that could be a great project to address these issues that we mentioned.